Revolutionary change is underway for the nation's main revenue collections agency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley.
And good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. This major step forward for the country's Customs Department will make its operational capabilities second to none in the region. It comes at a pivotal time when the economy is expanding and government is spending a considerable amount of money to shore up revenue loopholes.
Now, this from the nation's chief as he addressed the graduation and awards ceremony on Grand Bahama. Clint Watson has the story.
The first set of 22 recruits to be trained in the new Customs Management Act and Regulations 2011 will enter the country's main revenue collection agency at a time when new and improved sections are being implemented. Already, the new post-audit section, through implementing electronic submission of entries, now has 99% of commercial traders using the service.
This causes the ease of doing business to be increased phenomenally, as brokers no longer need to stand online as the entries are cleared almost instantaneously. Your main role is to check these documents after clearance. Hence, this section is of great need of your services.
Minister of Finance and Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, says to better man our borders, a Marine division has been formed and some of the graduates will be the first set of recruits to join those newly trained officers. A new K-9 unit has also been formed to address the proliferation of firearms, ammunition, and drug smuggling. But with regard to another key area in modernizing itself, the Customs Department is also democratizing itself, allowing room for recourse and advanced rulings.
The Minister of Finance is in the process of naming persons to administer the Customs Appeals Commission. This commission will be dealing with rights of appeal. So no longer will customs officers be at the end all to decisions made by you. This section will be responsible for reviewing all appeals by members of the public. We come to advanced rulings. This section, advanced rulings, represents a new area in customs. This allows for importers to request binding rulings on matters such as classification, valuations, and origin of goods. It gives the importer a great level of predictability in planning his business.
The department would also be starting a currency declaration, causing persons entering or leaving the country to declare cash or negotiable instruments of a value or equivalent to $10,000 or more to the officer. The Prime Minister also spoke to increasing numbers as the demand for customs officers throughout the country is increasing.
As I think of those areas where you only have one officer, we've just indicated a new destination in Ocean Key. By the heads of agreement we entered into with Bakers Bay and Abaco, we agreed to have a port of entry there in that destination. We have agreed that we would establish one in Mangrove Key, which requires, therefore, additional. So you can see, therefore, I am safe in saying that as I welcome this new group of graduates, I will set in motion where, if you are able to find applicants who are willing from that 1,500 list that you spoke about, that we will start another class.
Prime Minister Christie also acknowledging that some of these officers will now be deployed throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas, where there's great demand for them. Meanwhile, we can tell you that later this week, another group of officers will graduate, this time in New Providence. In Freeport, Grand Bahama, Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.